Hello YouTube, Jerry Kirkpatrick here, and this last weekend, yesterday, I went to the Good Guys car show down in Pleasanton, down in the Bay Area, and either fortunately or unfortunately, you have to go through the garage sale area, large area, before you actually get into the car show. And unfortunately, I didn't get to see much of the car show. I went originally to video some of the cars and the people that I know there. Dave McIntyre works for Gary's Restoration, and great fabricator. And I had lunch with Tony Storr, who built and drove the 1963 Cobra Dragon Snake. He and I built that car. But I really never got in to see the car show because I spent too much time buying tools, a bunch of tools. So let me get these out, get everything out of the bag, and we'll go through them, and I'll show you what I got. So this is all the stuff that I came away with. The first thing I bought was this tap wrench, which I didn't have the largest one. I have 3 other sizes, and I don't have the ones that gradually go up larger and larger. And these are about the best tap handles I've been able to find, and I just want to round out my all of the variations that come with this type of tap wrench. The next thing was these 5C collets, and I really didn't have much use for the collets, but the guy had them out on the table for so cheap, I went ahead and bought them primarily just for this nut. The next thing I found was, well, actually this Bernard parallel jaw pliers. As they actuate, the jaws stay parallel. They're fantastic for pulling pins and such. Plus they have a compound cutter up in the top here, and the guy only wanted like $2 for these. I couldn't believe it. So I started looking around, and in another box that he had, he didn't even know that he had these. These were laying down in the bottom. They're still all grungy, oily. I'm not sure that may even be cosmoline on there, but you can see that they're the original Bernards. Well, one, it's written on the handles, but the inside is closed up. Very nice fit in the sheet metal. This one you can barely see the seam where they've been formed. And I've had this pair here for probably 15 or 20 years, and they're a knockoff because you can see inside the handle here, they're open, and they have this bail. One thing I do like about these, they're sprung open, but they have a bail that keeps them shut. The problem with this is they're broken right here. Apparently somebody has used them to cut wire too thick, and it broke right through the hole here. But they still work under compression. If you hold something, you can squeeze pretty tight and they're still not flexing, and they haven't broke yet. Well, one because I'm pretty careful with them. But I was quite pleased to find two brand new looking Bernards. So those will go real good. One of these will be in my plier drawer. The next thing I found was a carbide insert cutoff tool, parting tool, and he only wanted $2 for it. It does have quite a relief ground in the back, but it felt pretty sharp. Every time I grind this back, I'm going to have to keep chasing that angle in the tool post, keep adjusting that up. But it was very sharp right now, and I think this is going to do me for quite some time. But I've been looking for this type that has the broader portion on the top and the narrow shank to it. So I was looking at some other stuff. The guy said, well, is that all you want? And I said, well, no. I was actually looking at this bag here. And it has all sorts of radius tools in it. And it goes all the way down. I thought at first this was a center drill, but after looking at it, that's a radius tool also. Unbelievable. But they go, all of them are sharp also, except that one and that one are about the only one. This is very, it shows a little rust, but that's going to clean up quickly. But I'm going all the way from 3/32 up to 3/4 of an inch in radius tools. So he gave me a price on this bag, and he said, well, I'll tell you what, being you want those and the parting tool, if you get something else, I'll do a bundle. So I said, well, I did look at this bag also. I hate knocking them around like that. But this has all tapered tools. There's 45s, there's a 3060 in here. There's one for cutting threads. There's one that is round, well, half round. Have no idea what I'll do with it, but I have one. And then it has a V. So if I want to make a V block, it's not that wide, but I can make a V block with those. I can do 2 angles. You can see the radical difference in the angles here for cross slides. I could even make my own tool post, adjustable tool post in there. And he said, well, okay, did you find anything else? And I said, well, yeah, I was looking at these slitting saws, but this one has a larger arbor hole. These two are the same. This one is 1/32. This one is a 1/16. This one is 0.032, but that one has the larger arbor. And he says, oh, well, by the way, I have all three arbors. And the Allen wrench is missing. It might be still in the bag, but it does have the other Allen wrench. So I got the three slitting saws, arbors, Allen wrench, and all of the cutters, plus the parting tool, all at one ridiculously low price. I'm not going to tell you how much that was because you'll probably shoot yourself. And the last thing I got was this dolly for 20 bucks. The one thing, even though that it is pretty well marred up, the main reason that I bought it was that it has a radius in both directions. It's very hard. Very seldom do you get a shape, are you making a shape that is flat in one plane and curved in another. Almost everything has two directions that it's going to be moving in. So this is what I purchased it for, but this I noticed also is curved in two directions. So with this one dolly, this is going to allow me to use it on many different shapes. And the other thing I liked about it was how narrow this is. I'll have to knock these corners off, but I can get down into where a fender is turned up, or just prior to doing a door skin. That's going to be a nice piece. And it looks like that has a slight curve to it also, so you can chase this right down a line. Even though it's kind of banged up, there was one big dent right here, and there it is there. One dent here and one dent here, and there is some material that is raised. So I'll use a very small ball peen hammer and work that material very slowly back into the divot. And when I get ready to finish this piece off, I'll probably do a video on it and show you how, and that's kind of ugly, how to use a belt sander to work radiused uneven surfaces. So that's about it. That's all I got. So even though I wasn't able to see much of the car show, I was quite happy with the Plunder I came home with. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, hit the bell, and see you later.